Hello everyone. Today we're going to take a look at CBD oil, and CBD stands for cannabidiol, so that's the clue as to where this medicine comes from. So let's go into it. So cannabidiol is one of the ingredients of the plant called cannabis sativa or indica, and this particular preparation is now been available in the UK for just over a year, which is quite something, seeing as it's, relatively speaking, a very unenlightened country with regard to this plant. So this particular oil is grown in England in the southeast, and it's grown in huge glass houses, and what they do is they extract all the active ingredients out of the cannabis oil preparation, leaving purely the CBD oil in it. And this is what the oil looks like. It looks very similar to olive oil, to be quite honest with you. And the way that you're recommended to take this is what we call a sublingual dose. So a sublingual dose is literally just opening up the mouth and putting it under the tongue, like so. And it depends on the strength you get as to how much you're suggested to use. So this particular preparation contains 1,000 milligrams. And so 5 drops are what is indicated. So, like all powerful plant medicines, you can detect the power of the plant's healing capacity through the taste. And when you allow this oil to be dropped under your tongue, the invitation next is to use your tongue to swish it around the inside of your mouth, and you will get the hit of the flavour, and it will intensify as you do this, and it's really pretty strong flavour. So you know you've got some powerful medicine here. So here's the question. The question is, okay, so here's CBD oil. It's been legally available in the UK for just over a year. What is it for? Well, the answer is very simple. What the CBD, the cannabidiol, does to the body is it brings about a state of profound relaxation. And as you have probably gathered by now, having watched others of my films, the key ingredient into a really deep healing for the body is for the rational mind to get out of the way, for the body to become very relaxed, and this enables the body to undergo its own natural process of restoration and healing. So the way that it works is, as long as we're caught up in our minds, and especially if we're very stressed, and people with illnesses often are stressed about the fact that they're carrying around this label of this illness, what this plant does is it just washes all that away and puts you into a position where you feel like, relaxing would be a really good idea about now. And then to go into that state of relaxation and to thoroughly enjoy that state, and to be aware that your body is actually healing itself as soon as you do that. So let's go a little bit more into the plant. Most people who are aware of cannabis are aware of 2 ingredients, and one is the THC and the other is the CBD. But thanks very much to the wonderful academics I've listened to at Breaking Convention at Greenwich University, I am aware that more than 1,004 active ingredients have been identified in this plant. So here's the rub with the CBD. The rub with the CBD is you're missing out on 1,003 active ingredients. However, the one that remains has a great virtue in this country of being legally obtainable. So if you put CBD Oil UK, you will get an instant array of different suppliers from which you can buy it. At the end of this film, I'm going to give you the link which I recommend, which provides me with my CBD oil. So there's this 1,000 milligram potency, which I've just started to explore recently. This one is repeatedly half the strength as 500 milligrams. I'm sure there are others available, so I've worked quite extensively with the 500 milligram one, and what I found I was doing is I was just putting a dropper full under my tongue, swishing it around and feeling the relaxation. And something that I'm dealing with in my life is that much earlier in my life I was very disrespectful to my teeth and didn't give them the proper attention they deserved. I've got a whole regime I do to look after my teeth and my gums. So what I'm doing is I'm exploring the power of this medicine to heal the teeth and the gums, bearing in mind it's a sublingual dose. I'm swishing it around inside the mouth. And one of my favourite things to do is to have this as a bedtime medicine. So I'll take the bedtime medicine. If I'm using the stronger one, I use this 5 drops, no more, that's really plenty. If I'm using the weaker dose, I'm using just a drop full and not bothering to measure, to be quite honest. And I find it sets me into a lovely state for going to a really deep sleep. And when I wake up in the following morning, I'm feeling very relaxed, which is a lovely way to wake up and start your day, from a perspective of relaxation rather than the perspective of the rational mind jumping in with all these things to do. So I heartily recommend the CBD oil. It's the new kid on the block, in as much as this has only been available for a year, and yet it's a component of one of the most ancient medicines known to man. So as far as we're aware, the cannabis plant has been used medicinally and as a way of bringing people together for many, many, many thousands of years. And of course, at the moment, in most countries in the world, that's not an option. Well, here's a new option, and without the other ingredients, it definitely does have a really noticeable therapeutic effect. So there's something else I want to mention, which is the same company sells something called a CBD vape, and this is something you might obviously think about. Well, how about taking it in ways other than under the tongue? So you can obtain it as a form for vaporizing. However, as soon as I opened up the little container, first thing I did is I happened to notice a sticker on the side, and this sticker says now contains propylene glycol. And the thing you notice about the oil is it doesn't look anything like the same as the medicinal one. So the first thing I did, of course, is to go and do some research and Google propylene glycol. If you do this, you'll find it doesn't look good. There's a lot of evidence to say it's actually quite harmless, a lot of evidence to say there's a whole range of things which propylene glycol is harmful for, and the nervous system is the one that stuck out in my mind as, don't fancy that very much. But there was this small key sentence in there, in the literature describing the propylene glycol, which is that it's completely unnatural, it's not found in nature. And I would say that for my whole perspective about nature's medicine is I prefer to go for what is found in nature. So my very enterprising shamanic brother, who I'm going to give you the link for to obtain this oil, he's been doing some research for this, and he's been exploring vaporizing not the stuff with the propylene glycol additive, but the actual medicinal CBD oil as it is, and vaporizing that in one of these little vaping machines, and he's finding he's getting very good results with that too. So if you do wish to vape, we suggest you don't go for the product containing the adulterated additive, but go for the pure stuff. So CBD oil, we're going to be hearing more about it in the future. So why would you take the CBD oil? Anyone who's suffering from anxiety or depression, this is going to be a golden gift straight away. It's going to shift the mood, and it's going to take that anxiety and just allow it to melt away, because ultimately anxiety is a false state whereby we are not accepting the present moment exactly as it is. And this is obviously what this medicine is all about. It's about enabling us, if we have difficulties, to actually connect into the present moment. And then the life-threatening illnesses, the cancer, the heart disease, and all the rest of it. More and more people are working with this medicine and achieving good results. I personally feel that for a life-threatening condition, you want to be willing to go all the way and see about obtaining the full cannabis oil. However, for those people for whom that's not an option, this is definitely the first point of contact. CBD oil. And here's a link if you want to order it and research it for yourself. Thank you very much.